All right, so let's go ahead and answer the door. Now, turn as soon as you pass her, then you can turn and establish it. Perfect. And she's already passed the line. Now, when I step back, one step and then stop. Left foot, right foot, then stop. And don't, I call this farmering up, so put your hands at your side. And then take another step back. And then another step back. So I just pause a half second in between each pair of steps to read the dog. Now take one more half step and go a little bit this way. Now keep your hips pointed at her, but now you're going to jiggle the deadbolt. Open it and close it a couple times. So we're going to help her practice each individual step. All right, now you're going to jiggle the handle itself. Now you're going to take a step towards the dog and then reach behind you and open it just a crack. There you go. She's staying in place. Now you're going to take a step forward towards the dog and open the door behind you at the same time. So you're keeping your hips pointed at her. Now take a step backwards into the enclave there. Now jiggle the handle. And now open it. Invite her to come in behind you, but don't turn your hips. And then you're a step forward and she steps behind you. Now do not let her cross the line, even though that's great. She laid down. Now walk backwards and give her a hug or a kiss or whatever you like to do. Now this is, in full disclosure, what we call warm. We just practiced this. So the work that you did made it his job easier. She kind of stayed behind the line almost to begin with. When you do this and it's a real world situation, you're not going to have the warm up. So if you get a different response than this, she's a little bit more animated, expect it. Don't worry about it. But you're very casual and you're very measured. We're going to walk back. I'm going to take the territory, but I'm going to do the whole thing casually so it doesn't bother me in the least. Does that make sense?
Now, whether a guest or us, like if it was actually her at the door, does she still have to stay behind the line? Okay.
I would just make it a rule just in general. There's at the door, rush.
Until we come to her.
Until the guest crosses the line. Now you're way past the line. So only at the line. There you go.
I thought I had to wait for her to sit or something.
No. Normally we do that unless we're using a boundary. If we're using the boundary, once they're on the other side of the boundary, then we would stop. That's the third consequence we talked about. But that's beautiful. So now walk backwards and give her another hug. Now that time you turned your hips, but she's laying down. After you've done this a while, you'll be able to turn your hips. But the first couple times you do this, walk backwards and open it, ass facing the door. That's why it's helpful. What I would suggest you guys do is text one another. When you're coming home, text him. Okay. And then, hey, door exercise, don't be waiting. Okay. But that way your timing is much better because you know who it is. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right.